Hello friends and family, my name is Daniel Burrell and welcome to Diary of a Manic. Today's topic is happiness. We're going to discuss what happiness is, what makes people happy, and how to promote happiness in the world around you. This is going to be kind of a hard subject to define, as it's nearly impossible to judge what makes one person happy from the next. But let's start off very simply with this. What makes you happy? Leave what makes you happy in the comments. And please keep it family friendly, because I try and keep this show as family friendly as possible. As for me, food makes me happy. I love going to a restaurant and having a nice meal and a glass of wine. My research makes me really happy. I'm studying what I love most, the psychology of mental illness in everyday life and other psychological issues. What more could I want? There are lots of things that make different people happy, though. Snowboarding may make you happy, painting, dancing, hell, even dentistry makes some people happy. Happiness can be practically anything in the world, and it varies greatly from person to person. Money can't buy happiness, but it may help. Some studies have shown that poor people become happier as they escape poverty. Once people escape poverty, however, the tie between money and happiness quickly begins to fray. I think it's more so that they're escaping poverty that's making them happy, but don't take my word for it. Studies show. So, wealth in America grew significantly in the second half of the 20th century, but surveys found that Americans on average were no happier. Study after study shows that acquiring wealth does not significantly increase happiness. People who are born into families with wealth are relatively satisfied with their lives, but are only slightly happier than others. In fact, they tend to be tenser than people with average incomes and don't spend much more time doing enjoyable activities. Many people believe that we need free choice in order to be happy. Some research has shown just the opposite, however. Rising social tolerance, democratization, and economic development have given people greater perception of free will, and has therefore led to increased happiness around the world. People who believe that personal choice rather than fate control their future often have a greater appreciation of freedom of choice. The freedom of choice can often have a negative component as well. When given a choice, you typically want to get the best result possible, which not a lot of the time is it practical. When buying a house, for example, if you had the choice between 10 houses, the choice would overwhelm you. You would never feel as if you knew enough about each house to make the perfect choice. If you were given only 2 houses to choose from, however, you would find the choice much easier. That kind of goes with the perception of free choice or free will. If you give yourself 10 houses to choose from, you're doing a free will, but that's a negative component, and you're just gonna overwhelm yourself. So, is happiness in our control? Excuse me. To a point, it is. There are many factors in our happiness that we don't have control over. Oftentimes in life, we have something traumatic happen and can't control our emotions, such as the death of a family member, friend, pet, or just a car accident or something. There's so many factors that influence our happiness. And all the while, our biology has a large part to play in our happiness as well. About 50% of our happiness is actually based on biology. A lot of happiness is balanced between the duration of happiness, which is immediate pleasures, or more durable, long-lasting happiness, as well as psychological depth, which is shallow pleasures versus deeper, more meaningful pleasures. Less scientifically speaking, we're gonna call reading a book deeper, more meaningful pleasure and more durable, long-lasting happiness. And we're gonna call eating a hot dog immediate pleasure, and shallow pleasure. So, if you read a book that you love for 2 hours, you would stay happier than if you ate a delicious hot dog and it took you 5 minutes. Explaining it this way is obvious, but deeper down you will stay happier longer from reading the book rather than eating the hot dog. The book could keep you happy for 2 more hours after you read it. You could keep on thinking about the story, and it just puts you in a better place for longer, so it keeps you in that good place for longer, rather than the hot dog, which will only keep you in a good place for 15 minutes, or until you get sick, whichever comes first. There are numerous studies that show individuals have a skewed view of happy memories. Often in stories, we'll remember the good parts and forget the bad, such as in a trip to Disneyland. People often remember Disneyland as their favorite memories, but if you look at online reviews, it casts a shadow of doubt on those happy memories. The lines are incredibly long, parking is difficult, and the food isn't very good. We see these trips as happy memories, though. Why is that? A large portion of it is due to photos. We see ourselves grinning from ear to ear in photos with Goofy and remember that specific memory, that specific slice of happiness that you experienced at that point, though you may not remember that you threw up on your shoes a couple minutes after the photo. Many times what we recall from the past or how we perceive the future depends on our mood at the specific time of remembering or perceiving the future. If you're in a bad mood and you look to the future, you won't see a very bright future. You'll probably see some worst case scenarios in your future. In turn, if you look to the future or look in the past when you're really happy, you'll draw up happy memories or see a brighter future. Generally, if you want to be happy, studies show you should spend time with others. Oftentimes, very happy people spend the most time with people, are often more extroverted and more agreeable than unhappy people. It remains to be seen if social relationships lead to happiness, or if happiness leads to more social relationships. What is known, however, is that very happy people do have strong social ties and report having close family and friends. That's kind of a hard thing for me to say, especially because me and Lindsay are both quite introverted most of the time. But we have our couple really good friends that we really care about, and we have our families, and that's about it. We don't spend a lot of time with others, but still we're happy a lot of the time. So, some say that balance is the key to meaningfulness and happiness. Holistically speaking, you should think of life as 4 domains. These domains are career/schooling, family, community, and yourself. At any given time in life, these 4 domains are not of equal size and importance. Changes in one of these domains may impact other domains, and focusing on one domain may have a great effect on another domain. Seeing your life as domains, however, may have poor effects. You may overwhelm yourself from thinking too much about it and not thinking about real life. As far as spreading happiness in the world around you, I did not do any real research on this because that's ridiculous. Studies do show, however, that if you smile, it leads to you being happier. If you force yourself to smile even when you're not feeling happy, it'll stimulate the chemicals in your brain, and it's supposed to make you happy. I've done it before, and I don't know, maybe it worked for me, so I don't know. And also, if you walk around smiling, it kind of brightens the world around you. You'll make other people smile, and it's nice. If you brighten someone else's day, that just makes me feel great when I brighten someone else's day. You can just walk around smiling, waving at people, hey, how's it going? You don't have to worry about it. They're not going to beat you or something if you smile at them. And yeah, it's just nice to drive around with a smile on your face. Sometimes I do that and I look like a lunatic. I'm just driving around like, yay, I'm having a great day. And like, I like to imagine myself brightening other people's days, but I'm probably only brightening their days because they're like, oh, look at that crazy guy in the truck there. So, yeah. Yeah, just try and smile more. Just do something you love every day. Like that's what I do. I do my videos. I try and do my videos every day. I do my research every day. I listen to music. I'm listening to music right now. And yeah, just do stuff that makes you happy. And yeah, hypothetically, you should be happier. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you enjoyed the video. It's yeah, it's running a little long, so I'm gonna try and keep my little end monologue short. Leave suggestions in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. I check them both all the time, in fact, and I usually reply to them. So yeah, thanks for watching, and check out my other videos if you enjoyed this one, and have a great day, guys.